Attorneys, keep doing what you do best.
And welcome back again to Training for Trial with Robert Graff, GraffStandard.com. And Rob, yeah, keep doing what you do best. Okay, we're done. Now, we've been talking in this 4-part series about doing what you do best. And so, if you're jumping in at this point, make sure you go back to the first 3 parts so you know how to get to do what you do best. But now we're talking about keeping doing what you do best. So what are we going to focus on here, Rob?
Really, we're focusing on you. Well, you're an attorney. If you're watching this, you're an attorney. This is your career. Do what you do. Represent your client to the best of your ability, because that's really all you can do. You take the law, you take the facts, you present to the best of your ability to the finder of fact who will make a decision. But it's important to be you when you're doing it and not to let those around you change who you are. So from what we talked about before, just get rid of those distractions, go forward, and know that your client's going to respect that you're doing the best job that you can.
Well, great, Rob. As usual, we're going to cover 3 main things we're going to focus on. So remember to stay true to yourself, and then we're going to talk about others will meet you at your level and just leave you be, and then just represent your client because you know how to do that well. So let's take that from the top. So remember to stay true to yourself. Sounds like pretty good advice.
Well, as we talked about last week, it's just about being you. The main point really at the end that you brought up was that if you don't act if you don't have an acting position, if you're just being you, that secondary script, that secondary level kind of disappears. You don't need to run a script. You don't have to worry that you're reading your lines properly or that you're remembering everything you have to say, because it'll just be natural. And when people see that you're being your natural self, that you're joking around, that you're loose, that you're flowing, they'll trust you more.
Right, it's believable. It's a more believable performance because you're not performing.
They'll want to agree with your position more so, simply because it seems that you are genuine and that you are honest. So being true to yourself, not letting other people bother you, not letting one little thing ruin your entire day, because let's face it, you have more than one thing to do in a day, is going to make your life so much easier and make you feel confident every time you walk into court that you are doing the right thing by representing your client to the best of your ability.
Yeah, I love the fact that words. We start using words and we forget their true meaning. I mean, the word integrity, right, means that you're integrated. That you are bringing all of these parts of yourself and into a whole that is internally consistent, and it's a big component in that gut feeling of whether people trust you or not, right? Because if you're fragmented, you're playing a role, you're just going to come across shifty, right? Because you're acting,
Right.
So others will meet you at your level or just leave you be. What are we talking about here then? And I hope you've been enjoying this conversation that Rob and I have been having, but the rest of this conversation lives inside Rob's site. So come over to GraffStandard.com and look for the Training for Trial button. Just click that button. It's a free membership. Not only do you get this entire episode, but a depth of content. Rob has been creating tons of great information. It's all there in the Training for Trial section. So go to GraffStandard.com right now and click the Training for Trial button.